my channel, Sugarfolk Homemade, where I talk about all the things that I've been crafting. This week I have only knitting to share with you, and not a ton, but exciting things nonetheless, as we are gearing up for fall, which is prime knitwear season, for me anyways. If you're new here, my name is Michaela, and I'm coming to you from a small town in North Carolina where I live with my husband and our 3 kids and our 6 chickens and our cat and our dog and 2 turtles. The list goes on and on. But I am excited to be here today because as we are getting closer to peak fall, which I live in the mountains, peak fall is so gorgeous and it just always inspires me in my knitting. So I'm really excited to talk knitting today. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Okay, let's just go ahead and start with what I'm wearing. If you have been here before, you've probably seen this. This is the Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. It is amazing. Look how gorgeous this color work is. I knit this, I think it was 2 years ago. Gosh, time really flies. And I originally wanted to knit this in this baby pink color as the main color, and then this same Zauber ball as the contrast, which is like a purple green, very muted earthy colors, because I had seen someone had made one and it was really pretty, but I got the yarn in the mail and it was like bubblegum pink. Wasn't really my vibe. So I chose this, this is a Cascade 220, I want to say. And the color was limestone, I believe, and online it just looked like a simple gray, but in person it is the most perfect neutral because it almost has like a brownish undertone to it. It's like a warm gray. I just feel like it pairs with this really nicely. And it does have this really nice neckline, and that same lace is on the sleeves. Now I did modify the sleeves a bit. I think I knit the sleeve a bit longer, and I only did half of the lace. I want to say that the pattern has you do that twice, but I thought this looked daintier and I like that better. And then the end is just a basic rib. And I did make mine a little bit cropped. I'm wearing it with a skirt, and it just fits at the perfect length. And it's the perfect transition piece going into fall because it is wool, so it's pretty toasty, but it's short sleeve, so it's not too hot. I may have to change during this podcast though, because I have to turn the air conditioner off to film, and it's actually pretty warm this evening, so we'll see how I do. But yeah, this is Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. Wonderfully written pattern. I think this was my first yoked color work pattern, and I was nervous because I've just seen some that don't fit people well, and I didn't want to spend so much time on a project and it not fit well. But that was not the case. Now, as far as size goes, I can't remember exactly what size I knit, but I think it's on my Ravelry, so if you're interested, you can go look at that. She does have a fall version of this, I believe, in a thicker weight, and it's long sleeves, and I'm tempted to make that just because I love this pattern so much and this design, but there are so many patterns to knit and only one me, so I might just have to stick with one Alpine Bloom. Okay, next up, I don't have any finished objects from my whips last time, but I do have a half finished object, and that is my Petal drop socks. I forgot the designer's name. Everything will be in the description as usual. But I finally finished sock number 1. It is gorgeous. When these are not on the blocker, they look so tiny, like a little tiny tube sock. But because of the design, it's super stretchy. I want to say the stitch count for these is a lot lower than I usually knit my socks. So this ribbed design really makes for a good stretch. and it's just beautiful. So I've started on my second one. I'm hoping this one won't take quite as long as the first. Once I get past the leg part, I can memorize the foot design, but when I'm up in the leg, it's changing a little too much for me to memorize it. So I don't work on them as much as I'd like to. So I've only got the cuff and then maybe an inch of the design on there. But they'll be finished eventually, and I can't wait because I can't wait to wear them. I've already brought out my little box of knit socks to wear in the house in the evenings and in the mornings when it's chilly, and I love it. So cozy. I love this time of year. I don't know anyone who doesn't, if I'm being honest. No one hates coziness, right? Okay, moving on. Honestly, I'm so bad about waiting so long to film that I don't remember what I talked about last time. So, that being said, I don't remember if I had cast this on last time or not. But this is, I do know I talked about it though. This is the Best Dressed Vest by, I left my paper on the table. It's not here with me. I'll put it right here. This is almost done, but it's looking beautiful. So if you can see, I think this is a fisherman's rib. So that's why it's taking me a little bit of time. Of course, every wrong side row is just knitting, so that's quick, but the right side rows, I'm switching back and forth between purls and knits. But I'm loving it. I tried it on today, and I only have a few more inches here on the front, and then all that's left is the finishing around the neck and the armholes, and then the side ties. She gives you a couple different options for how to connect them at the sides, and I think I'm gonna do the little ties because that just looks cute and brings a little feminine element to it with some little bows. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I misspoke on the yarn last time. I think I said that this was the Fiber People or something along those lines. But it is, I don't even know if that is a company. I might have made that up. This is Fiber for the People. Not to be confused with the Fiber People. In the colorway Yucca. So this is a 2-ply sport weight, 70% fine, I can't read that, ripped in half. Fine organic merino wool, 30% hemp. So it does have these like little specks throughout. They're almost blue. Yeah, you can see that. And at first, I didn't know how I was gonna like that because in my mind, I was just picturing a brown vest, but when it's all knit together, it's a brown vest, you know? It's not, the blue is actually nice because it kind of helps that texture stand out and not just get lost in a sea of brown. So, I think this was the perfect yarn for this vest, and I'm knitting a size 2 on recommended needles. And I think it's just gonna be the perfect fit because I tried it on today and it lays on me perfectly. So I plan to wear this over some of my long sleeve dresses through the fall and the winter. We have pretty mild winters here when it's not cold enough for like a full-on cardigan on top of a long sleeve dress, but I just need something to keep my torso a little bit warm. And brown is the best color for that because it matches everything. So that is my best dressed vest. It's kind of a tongue twister. Next up, I do know I talked about this last time because this has been going for a long time. And I haven't done a whole lot since I showed it to you last. As soon as I finished my vest, this is next priority. But this is sweater number 19 by My Favorite Things. And I shared on my Instagram the other day about this, but I recently just bought a new skirt that is a dark brown plaid very Scottish feeling plaid, and I can't wait to wear this with it. So I've tried it on. The body, I'm pretty sure, is the length that I am going to stick with because it's almost the length of this top. It just fits at that perfect line where if I wanted to wear it with jeans, I could, which is, I haven't worn jeans in so long. I don't know if I will. But it also pairs perfect over a dress or with a skirt because it hits at that perfect spot where it's not too long, but it's not too short. Now, I was working on the sleeves, just working away, and then I realized the pattern said knit the sleeve to so many centimeters. But the whole time I was thinking it said inches. So I knit way past where I was supposed to before starting the decreases. But first of all, I wasn't about to undo all that because this isn't just stockinette, you know, this is texture. So I said, whatever, not a big deal. The sleeves are gonna end up, they look pretty just like a straightforward sleeve, but there are some decreases. So I said, I'll just start decreasing where I'm at, and I'll just kind of speed up the decreasing process a little bit, or maybe I won't do all the decreases and mine will be a bit of a bigger sleeve. Either way is totally fine with me. So I'm almost done with this sleeve. And like I might have another inch to go. And I'm trying to keep in mind that it is going to also grow a bit when I block it because it is a textured pattern. I mean, you can just see how much it grows just from my hand in there. Oh, it's so it's, I was going to say beautiful and pretty. It's so beautiful. It's very similar to my socks. I have a thing for this pattern apparently. And this is Drops Lima. I don't remember the color, but it's a really nice yarn to work with. I really like Drops yarn. And it's affordable, which is really nice. So yeah, hopefully this will be done the next time I see you. I haven't been too worried about it because it's not been cold enough to wear it yet. We've got a little while before it's cold enough for a wool turtleneck. But I want to have it ready when that day comes. So as soon as my vest is off the needles, that's my top priority. Now, next up, I did talk about this last time, but I had not started it. So this is the Chantal collar cardigan by, I want to say Mareka Knits. Yes. Beautiful. This pattern is rated expert level, so that's cool. I'm also learning that this is going to be a very long-term project, and I will tell you why in a second. So the reason I wanted to knit this was because I saw a cardigan online in a navy blue. It was more of like a muted navy blue, but a navy blue nonetheless, with a collar, and it was just kind of baggy and just looked so cozy. But I couldn't get my hands on it. I think they all sold out before I could get one. So I said, let me just make one. You know, I'm a knitter, just make it. So I got the stuff to do that. I'll show you in a second. But then I had the opportunity to buy the same cardigan in a cream color on like a yard sale page. And I snatched it because I just love the cardigan. So I can actually show you what my inspiration was for the blue one. And it worked out perfect because if the blue one would have came available, I wouldn't have bought it because I'm already making a blue one. So, and they're different enough that, you know, I don't mind to still knit it even though I have a cream one, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's see if I can show you this. It's kind of, this one's cotton, so it's pretty like slouchy and kind of hard to show. Okay, so it's cream colored. It's just, it is knit. Looks like I've got a little snag right there. Or actually that's a piece of hay. And you can see it has this really cute collar. Now this collar has like a crocheted, I don't know if that's focusing, a little crocheted edge around it. Same with the button band, which is so adorable. It just gives it that feminine little touch. It's so cute. But, and I do love this. I've already worn it many, many times. But I am still excited to have a blue one. So I've been working on this. It's a little bit tedious right now. I'm working on the collar. And the construction was, oh, I'm in the middle of a row. What? I hate when I do that. Why? And now I don't know which row. Sometimes I get confused if it goes this way or that way. No, it goes that way. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. It's really hard to even tell what you're looking at. I honestly don't even know what I'm looking at quite yet. Which way does this go? I believe it's this way. Okay, so this is technically like the back of the neck, and then what I'm working on right now up here is the collar, and it is double knit, so it's taking me quite a while. And then it will fold down. The construction is a little funky, which I'm assuming is where the expert level difficulty comes in. I did have to redo something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's kind of a mess because right now I have these stitches are still on a pair of needles connected to the balls of yarn. It didn't tell me to cut the yarn. So they're still connected to two different balls of yarn because it is a fingering and a mohair held together. But then I'm working with two different balls of yarn up here on the collar. So it's just a lot going on. This is a project that I have to like sit at the kitchen table and just lay everything out and work on. I also have to pay attention to every single row because there's a lot of increases going on. And this color's really dark, so I can't really see that well, especially paired with the fact that there's a halo from the mohair. So I have to really focus, which is why I know this is going to take me a long time. Also, I didn't realize this in the beginning. I don't know how, but I'm almost positive that the entire body is also some kind of rib. Might be fisherman's rib. Yeah, so this is going to be a long-term project. Also, the button band looks to be double knit. So I've got my work cut out for me for this one. For sure. But I am excited about it nonetheless. The color is beautiful. Let me show you the yarn. I may have already showed this last time. I can't remember. This is Drops Flora, which is alpaca and wool. I don't have the color on here. Color 10. And Drops Kid Silk. Again, it doesn't have the color name. It just says 28. But they are the same. It is a match. And it is going to be such a luxurious cardigan, especially if it is that rib all the way through. That's going to make it so squishy and cozy and fuzzy because of the mohair. We'll just see how many years it takes me to get through. That's okay though. If anything, knitting has taught me how to be patient and how to persevere for the things that I desire. And good things take time, right? That's my motto anyways. I tell my kids that a lot when they're just naturally impatient, as kids are, as we all are. Good things take time. Now, that's all of my projects that are currently active. I could go on forever about all the projects that are going on in cabinets and tucked away in the closet. But that's all I'm actively working on. I did mean to bring over here, I'll forget it. I'll show it next time. Okay, but there is one more thing that I really want to cast on, and I have the pattern already. I just need to wind up this yarn and start it, and that is the Lacy Braid Scarf by, again, I have forgotten, so I'll put it down here. Because one, that pattern is just so gorgeous. It's so elegant looking and it's just so pretty. And I have a specific dress in mind that I want to wear it with because this makes sense with the color. So I have this yarn. All of my colors are just not looking great with this lighting. It's the evening, so my natural light is non-existent. But we're working with it because I have the house to myself, and that does not happen hardly ever. So this is Woolen Twine Fiber Studio, 100% non-superwash, plastic-free wool, BFL Masham 4-ply. No, that's the base. Fiber is 75% Blueface Leicester, 25% mid-brown Masham. So it doesn't say if this, well, it does say 4-ply, but it's 400 meters per 100. I guess it's a fingering weight. Okay, well, the pattern calls for sport, and I think I can get by because this is kind of a rustic fingering, so I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. And I want to say my sister-in-law used fingering weight as well. We're gonna try it, and we're gonna see what happens, because this color is gonna look gorgeous with this brown, it's almost like a light mocha brown dress that I have with white flowers on it, and it's a square neck, and I just think this little scarf with that dress is gonna be gorgeous. So, and of course I could pair it with other things. This is a brighter color, but it's still muted enough that it can kind of be worn as a neutral, like it'll match many other things. So I'm not only gonna wear it with that dress, but that's where my inspiration came from. So hopefully I'll have that casted on next time, or at least wound up. I've had my winder and Swift out to wind more yarn for my vest, and why I didn't just go ahead and wind this up then, I don't know. Because half the trouble of that is just getting those things out and set up, which really is never as big of a deal as my brain makes it out to be. But I already had it out, so I should have just done it. Alas, I will do it soon. So that's all I've got for today. Kind of a shorter video, but I really don't want to let so much time pass in between. And my husband took the kids to go clean our van, which was desperately needed. So I had a little bit of time by myself, and that's about the only time I can make this happen. And the dog is asleep in her crate right now, so it was just perfect timing to throw a video together. So I hope the lighting and everything was okay. I usually film in the kitchen, but right when I sat down to film, the sun was just like blaring through the window, and it was not, like I wanted some light, but not that much light. It was just not working. So we're making do with the ceiling fan light and the little light on my phone, which is not the greatest, but it's okay. So yeah, really excited for fall. Really excited to get out all of my previous knits and wear them, because they've just been sitting in my wardrobe, and I never pack them away. I keep them out so I can always see them. But I'm so excited to wear them. I have this big cozy cable vest that I knit a couple years ago that is really just the coziest thing you can even imagine. I cannot wait to wear that. A few sweaters. I wore my Roosty tank. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that. I wore my Roosty tank to a folk festival last weekend, and it is one of my favorite knits I've ever made. I'll put a picture here just because I love it so much and I want to show it off. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Obsessed. I really want to make more color work like that, and it's the perfect fall colors. Yeah, I'm slowly getting to where I can wear my knits, and it's really exciting. I have a few summer knits that I've been able to wear here and there, but it's all about the fall and the winter and the good woolly knits. I'm so excited. Okay, enough rambling. I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys are feeling inspired with your knitting. If you have a pattern that you think that I would like, share it with me in the comments, or just let me know what you're working on. I've said it a million times, I love to go read your comments, and I love to see what everybody else is working on, because a lot of times that's where my inspiration comes from. It's just copying other people. But yeah, I'll see you next time, and until then, happy knitting.